Hey, welcome everybody, Kelly here from Beacon Off-Road. So today I'm just at the shop doing some cleanup on my truck here, and I thought I'd quickly talk about 4th Gen Tacoma wheel fitment and wheel sizing. So anyways, let me show you what I've done to the truck here so far. So currently the truck is still sitting at stock height. I've added some 285 70/17s. These are Blackhawk Ridge Crawler RTs. I got those sitting on some KMC wheels. Those are in 17/9, and they are a plus 18. So anyways, have a quick look at these here. Let's have a quick look at the wheel fitment, and you can see how much poke we have going on with the plus 18. So take a good look at that. The perspective. Let's see here. This is basically what we have out of the front fender. Something like that. And then we'll have a quick look at the rear, and you can see down the side here. And we'll take a quick look at the back view. So there's definitely a few changes to note if you weren't familiar between the 3rd Gen and the 4th Gen Tacoma. The 3rd Gens, or basically any Toyota from here, basically mostly everything that's been made, most people would be going into a negative offset wheel. The 4th Gen Tacomas, they are now running a positive. So you basically, I mean, you could run a negative wheel, but I mean, it would be an extremely massive amount of poke. So mostly everyone's going between positive. I would say usually what you've been seeing is about plus 25 is kind of the, I guess you could say, sweet spot. Most people are running a little bit further out in plus 18. Some people are going a little bit further in plus 35. So anyways, you know, you can kind of take your, you know, what the kind of look you're going for and just kind of go from there, basically. So anyways, these are the ones I'm running here at plus 18. Let me show you a couple other differences too, though. A couple changes also from the 3rd Gen to the 4th Gen is now that we are running the larger wheel studs. So no longer are we running a 12 by 1.5. We're now running the larger studs, sort of like a Tundra, 14 by 1.5, and also the hub and bore size is different. So if you're running any of the previous wheels, you're going to need hub-centric rings. So basically it's going to be a 106 to 95.1. So make sure if you're buying wheels or you're changing wheels, you know, previously you might not have done either of those, but now you're going to have to change up to those as well. Well, I figured I'd talk about these tires a little bit. So if you're unfamiliar, the brand is Blackhawk. They're the Ridge Crawler RT. These also come in 3-peak Mountain Snowflake rated, so that's pretty nice. They have a pretty wide grooving. They look almost fairly close to an MT. I've had them off-road so far a few times, and they performed really well. On the road, they're quite quiet. Obviously a little bit more noise than stock, but pretty good so far. So anyways, yeah, I've been pretty happy with these tires so far. One of the negative things, unfortunately, on the 4th Gen Tacoma running a slightly wider offset and bigger tire is rock chips. This is becoming more and more common. People are complaining about this online. Unfortunately, it is what it is. You know, there's a couple of things you can do about it, but here, let me show you my truck. So the problem being is, I guess you would call it the rear hip of the vehicle. It's definitely a bit wider than it was on the 3rd Gen, so it definitely sticks out. So anything that's free up there, you can kind of see is going to end up by getting flung back here. So you can see some damage to mine from rock chips already. So you can see basically all those markings. So what I've done is I've ended up by getting PPF installed. I have it all the way up. You can kind of see, you can see my line just coming across, and the same thing on the other side. Next, probably, I think sliders, because I mean, in reality, the slider is going to be, you know, a real nice protection, and you know, really it stops the rocks from coming up. So anyways, yeah, unfortunately, a little bit of rock chip damage, but I mean, it's bound to happen some way or another if you're heading off-road and doing a lot of, you know, forestry service roads or off-roading or whatever it is. So it kind of sucks, but what can you do?